All right then, guys. The big bad battle may be over, but this fight, it's not done yet. Yeah, there's no immediate threat, but the map is big enough that stabilization is a very real concern right now. Kobe, you're a pretty big distance away still, so what will you be doing for the next couple of turns? Then I'll just focus on these guys.
I'm just gonna keep dashing, making my way up here, Joe. If I get within range of a healing word of anyone, let me know though, okay?
Yeah, no problem. The only person remotely close to you right now is Saxy. All right, so I need everyone, apart from Kobe and Tronald, to roll death saving throws. Is there anyone who's looking real bad?
I've got 2 fails, so yeah, Joe, pretty damn serious.
Same. 2 fails, and my first roll was a natural one. Remember? If this next one goes south, I'm gone.
2 fails for me too.
Just 1 fail so far.
None for me. Yet.
Well, Drogar rolled a 4. That's another fail. So that's 2 for him now. Rough. All right, roll them, guys. Let's see who's still breathing.
14 pass.
13, pass.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 7, fail. All right, 2 failures.
16, pass. Oh my god. 1 more fail and I was gone. I am so not ready to die again.
All right, people. Some of you are 1 bad roll away from never getting back up. Tronald, make your turn count.
So, we don't have enough diamonds for all of you that could potentially die this round.
I know, right?
Fuck! Mite, Celestia, how many healing spells do you have left?
Let me just check.
Never mind, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, right.
How so?
Even if I can reach one of you with a health potion, 2 tops, we still won't have enough diamonds to bring the rest of you back if it goes south. Okay, let me break this down. I could get Raarh and Celestia up with potions. She could heal Alden and Drogar with action, plus bonus action. Then, I'll be able to get you up next round, Mite. Then we can rush over to Saxy, and worst case scenario, we revivify.
Sounds good.
Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
We got diamonds off charismatic Asmo. I'm almost certain of it.
Jamie, can you pull that up?
How are our reserves looking, guys? Because I could really do with some more diamonds.
1 sec, let me check. So we have 1340 platinum left, 1250 gold, 200 golds worth of diamonds, and 1500 golds worth of emeralds, sapphires, rubies, alongside gold and silver jewelry.
Hey, Asmo, do you reckon we could do a straight swap for this bag of 1,500 golds worth of gems and jewelry in return for diamonds?
Yeah, I have no issue with that. But I've only got about 1,200 golds worth of diamonds on me right now. If that works for you, we can call it a deal.
Sweet. Then here you go, Asmo. Just take the whole lot.
Yeah, seems like you did.
Right, okay. Joe, I'm going through with my plan.
Tronald, you drop down, burning through your action and hasted action, shoving healing potions down Raar's and Celestia's throats with 0 hesitation. The moment the red liquid hits their tongues, their bodies jolt, breath dragging back in as their wounds begin to close. They stir, eyes fluttering open, the haze of unconsciousness lifting.
I'm alive.
Joe, I slap Celestia across the face, but like lightly. Not in like an abusive party member way, but in a, hey, pay attention, we don't have time to stretch kind of way.
What the fuck?
Damn, Tronald is hella abusive.
Cure wounds and healing word on Alden and Drogar now.
Can't, not in range, but I can mass healing word. That's not a problem.
Oh, okay, well that's better?
So, I'll do that, Joe. 8 points of healing to everyone here, including me.
All right, nice. So, with a burst of hybrid fiendish and celestial energy, the spell ripples outward, tendrils of golden and abyssal light intertwining, surging into every fallen ally. One by one, you all stir. Wounds knit shut, breath returns, muscles twitching back to life. All except you, Saxy. Give me a death save.
17, pass.
Nice. All right, Tronald, back to you.
I hasted dash 120 feet right to Saxy. Do I reach him?
Yeah, buddy. You reach...
Joe, I want to slide hard, like epic action skid, cinematic slow motion, sparks flying if the ground allows it, right next to Saxy. Then, wham, potion straight down his throat, like a medic with 0 patience.
Oh, buddy, give me an acrobatics check.
I need to roll for it?
Of course you do, buddy.
Ew, that's a 6.
Tronald, as you slide, your back gives out. It's messy, too fast.
Too furious.
Too reckless. Your knees hit the ground harder than intended, a sharp crack echoing up your spine.
Ah, fuck!
For one terrible moment, your body locks up, seizing, freezing, stopping just short. But then, the armor moves. Saxy's armor. The very same armor he stripped from his own body to protect you. The arcane plates shift, wrapping around your lower spine, sending a gentle pulse. just enough to push you forward, and with that final boost, your arm stretches, your hand reaches, and the potion tips right down Saxy's throat. A few seconds pass, then a breath. Saxy's eyes snap open, his body jerks, the potion forcing his lungs back into motion.
Holy, did you finish it? Did you finish the mission, Tronald? How's everyone else? Are they okay?
Everyone's fine, Saxy. Celestia, Mite, Raarh, Alden, and Drogar, we took him down. And Alara, still under my control. She won't be making any moves. Not yet, anyway. And thanks for this, buddy. I look down at the armor, Joe, then nod back towards Saxy. You really did save my ass back there.
Hey, no problem, Tronald. You would have done the same thing for me if you were, a gadget-obsessed, borderline genius, highly attractive tech innovator with impeccable taste.
Yeah, if only.
So, yeah. Fancy giving them back then?
You mean your bits of armor?
Yeah, my bits of armor. I mean, I don't need to ask, I could just take it. But it feels more polite this way.
Of course you can, Saxy.
As you gesture toward your scattered armor, the pieces tremble gently, rattling, before floating back into place, piece by piece, reattaching, reconnecting, like an old friend returning home after a long, exhausting journey. Within moments, you're encased once again, feeling the familiar embrace of arcane craftsmanship.
It's good to have you back, gorgeous.
So it's around this point you see Kobe jogging up towards you.
It's good to have you back, gorgeous.
Oh, hey guys, you wouldn't believe the kind of absolute bullshit we had to fend off down there. I'm talking like a whole clown car full of reinforcements. They just kept coming, man, like ants at a picnic or something. I thought we was done.
Oh, I believe it, Kobe. If you thought that was rough, you should have seen the mess we had up here.
Yeah, I'm definitely noticing all the, the bodies piled around and shit. Looks like y'all threw one hell of a shindig yourselves.
Huh. I guess you could say that, but honestly, well done, all of you. Kragus, Morgan, Kobe, the rest, you held your ground like champions. Kragus, I'm sorry about the men you've lost.
Known those lads since I was barely out of knee pants. Drinking, scrapping, climbing out of trouble. Always figured we'd cash out making fools of ourselves in some tavern. Not here, guts in the snow and dirt. And now it's just Edris and me. Fuck, mate. I thought we were invincible.
I'm not good at, this. But if anyone can carry their memory forward, Kragus, it's you. They fought like legends. Hell, you all did. Saved our ass from being flanked, that's for certain. Saved this whole damn mission.
Yeah. Every breath we draw now, we owe to them. I place a hand on Kragus' shoulder. They won't just be names whispered in grief. They're the first stones laid in a tower that'll rise above mountains. A monument to defiance.
They'd like that, I reckon. Always joked they'd follow me straight into hell. I guess I just never imagined they'd be the ones waiting for me. All right then. Let's make their deaths count for something.
Are we all grouped back up now, Joe?
I mean, you can be if you'd like.
I would like, yeah.
So yeah, after some scattered regrouping, you're all finally together again, standing over the crumpled husk of the black-armored figure. The air is thick with the smell of charred flesh and magic residue.
All right, Tronald, I'm just going to say what's on everyone's mind. Lady Alara, what's the situation? How long until she's back in control of herself?
Oh, well, technically dominate person lasts about a minute, so realistically, 5 minutes ago. But if we're moving at anime dialogue speed, maybe we've still got some time left.
You've got about 2 rounds before the spell drops.
Well, dang, that's not nearly enough time to make her burn through all her spell slots.
You've at least drained the biggest ones, right?
Yeah, but she's still got enough left to turn us all into a pile of smoldering nothingness.
Right, Joe. Here's what I'm doing. I gag her. Then I command my armor to wrap itself around Lady Alara. Once she's enclosed, I cut off its power source. No mobility, no sight, no speech. The inside's pitch black, her arms are pinned, and she can't make a sound. That's verbal, somatic, and visual components all out the window. She's locked in a walking prison of my own design.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool and creative way to use that, dude.
If we want to go the extra mile, want me to try and make her part of the hive mind?
Make her a what of the what?
Oh, yeah. Back on the airship, my black pudding managed to assimilate someone. Kind of made them part of a little mental network I had going. Gave me some oversight.
Hold up. How exactly does that work? And, there ain't any side effects we should be worried about, right?
No clue. First time I did it. Could be some weird complications with someone this powerful. Could work great. Could backfire spectacularly.
Sounds like nootropics, man.
It really doesn't, though.
Yeah, let's maybe not roll those dice. Last thing we need is for her to wake up. with a new set of weird powers, or worse, wiggle free from our hold entirely. Joe, for my final command to her, I tell her to move 20 feet forward and cast Firebolt at Saxy.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no movement, no incantation, no flicker of arcane light. The bindings hold. Saxy's armor remains clamped around her, dead weight rendering her limbs useless. Her mouth is sealed by the gag. She is, for all intents and purposes, helpless.
For now at least. Wouldn't surprise me if she figured out a way to break free if we just gave her enough time. She's dangerous even like this. What are we even doing with her now?
We can't really do anything right now. Maybe Raar should just carry the suit of armor on his back until we can get somewhere safe. Honestly, this whole situation is unsettling. If there's still drama going on up there, then we're going to need you and your armor, Saxy.
Ooh, armor drama, that could be a song.
Or, we stop pretending she's not a problem. Why don't you just, I don't know, stuff the armor in the bag of holding and let her suffocate? Nah, probs wouldn't fit. So better yet, find a frozen lake, toss the suit in, and let her drown. Fuck her.
Whilst that is actually an incredibly potent way to finish her off at this stage, an important point is we don't want her dead, Raar. Not yet. There's a lot she could tell us, but in her current state, we can't ask her a damn thing. Well, we could. She just wouldn't respond.
So how's that song coming along?
Huh? What song?
Mite said he was cooking up a song about armor drama. I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, sure, dude. Him locked up tight, ain't no spell she can cast. Trapped in the dark, hope that prison gon' last. Bag or the lake, man, we cold with the fate. But leave her too long, she might retaliate.
Whilst that was incredibly impressive, Mite, let's focus. Alara's a problem for later. We get her out of that Iron Maiden when we're somewhere safe, somewhere controlled, where we can react if she so much as twitches wrong. In the meantime, keep dousing her in cold water. No sleep for her. Last thing we want is her getting a full rest while Raar's lugging her around like some cursed relic.
Smart. The last thing we need is her waking up refreshed and vengeful. I glanced down at the corpse of the black armored figure, his scorched armor still steaming in the cold cavern air. So then, what did you guys make of his final words?
What words? I wasn't there. You'll have to fill me in.
He said something along the lines of, "The war's coming. When the world burns, when the sky is blackened and the rivers run red, I'll be glad I'm not there to witness it." What's that about? A prophecy? A warning? Or just the dying words of a fanatic?
Sky blackened and rivers running red. You know, that's not a metaphor for conquest. That's a catastrophe. We talking volcanoes, endless war?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yep. If you can make a residuum-powered rifle, you can make a residuum-powered bomb.
Oh no, that wasn't what I was thinking at all.
Oh, okay, right.
Well, things are certainly pointing that way, Saxy. A magical residuum-powered nuke. But why? And what would they be planning to do with it? React to Arcantara, or use it elsewhere?
Well, we can try to extract that information from Alara when the time comes. I glance at the immobilized suit of armor, knowing damn well she can hear us. Yet another reason to keep her around.
Okay. Raar, it's at this point you turn and your eyes catch the form of Drogar, your father, slumped against the frozen wall. He isn't lying down, but he's not standing either, his back pressed against the ice. Your sword, Nepthet-Ka, rests between his legs, its tip buried in the frost, his calloused fingers barely curled around the hilt.
Joe, I begin to walk up and stop just in front of him. I begin staring down at the man who was once larger than life. The man I chased through the wilds as a cub. The man whose stories shaped me into the warrior I am now. So, you're free now then?
He exhales slowly, a breath that seems to carry years with it. His fingers brush against the hilt of Nepthet-Ka, but he doesn't grip it, just feeling the steel like he's reminding himself it's real.
So it would seem.
Yeah, he's not free from anything. Tell me, Father, did you see it? When they burned it all to the ground? Were you there?
No, I was not there, my son. Not to begin with. But it was my words that sent them there. I told them where to look.
What do you mean you told them?
My mission was simple. Our mission was simple. Scour the Badlands, the forest, the mountains, the dunes. Search every forgotten corner of this land for the artifact. That was what we were sent to do. Nothing more, nothing less. And after 4 months, I found them. The tribe. Your mother. She was everything I never knew I needed. Strong, stubborn, proud. A fire in her spirit that I had never seen before. She was my home before I even realized I had left one behind. And in that home, I found what we sought. The monolith. The place the Empire believed held something of value, buried beneath it. And so I was at a crossroads. Duty or love. I chose her.
Right. Okay. You chose her. No, but I don't get it. You chose her, you chose love. So what? One day you just forgot about all that? What the fuck do you mean it was your words that led them there? I'm so confused right now, Joe. In my head, I always thought he was just away at the time, hunting or whatever, so him telling me he was the reason they attacked. I'm so fucking confused. Anyway, back to talking to him. You swore off some mission, you chose her, and then what? You just decided, nah, fuck it and tear it all down? I take a breath, but it doesn't help. My voice shakes a tad, but not with anger. With the sheer incomprehensible fucking frustration of trying to understand how my father, could be the reason the flames ever started. How does that happen, Drogar? How do you choose love and then kill it in the same fucking breath?
Sit, boy, and I will tell you.
I sit next to him, Joe.
Years passed. We built a life. We had a little green warrior of our own, running around picking fights he couldn't win. And I forgot. I truly forgot. About my mission. About the artifact. About everything except the life I had built with her. Then the past found me. One of them. A brother from my old life. Another member of the Chains. He was passing through, saw me, and he saw the monolith. It was then he realized what I had realized all those years ago. So I took the initiative. I spoke first, but I made them swear to me that there would be no blood, that if they came, they would only dig, only search, that there was no need for war. Then when they were done, they would leave, and my time with them would be at an end. And they swore to me. They agreed. They lied. Then the others came. More of my brothers and sisters. More chains.
Hold on a second. The chains. You're telling me you were part of the chains of brass? The fucking chains? And you thought they wouldn't hurt anyone? I let out a breath, shaking my head, trying to find sense in something so fucking senseless. How could you be so naive? The chains are slavers, murderers, the worst filth that's ever crawled out of the gutters of this world. The kind of bastards who don't swear oaths unless they've already sharpened their knives for the betrayal. And you, I point at him, my voice cracking slightly, not only were you part of them, but you thought they'd understand. You thought telling them would make them see reason.
He doesn't flinch. He takes it, all of it. And when he speaks, his voice isn't defensive. It isn't weak. It's just tired.
I was young and foolish. Before I abandoned them, I believed they were my brothers in arms. A home for the lost, for those with nowhere else to turn. We were outcasts, my son, drawn together by the simple truth that the world would not have us. So we made our own world. We made our own home. I thought telling them, being honest with them, would make them understand.
He shakes his head, something bitter curling at the edge of his mouth.
Their offer was a lie, a thinly veiled trick to give the illusion of choice. They wanted the tribe to refuse. They were waiting for it, hoping for it. And when Gorvak, the tribe's chieftain, did just that, on the grounds that he would not let the monolith be desecrated. Not while he still drew breath. The chains responded with what they do best. What I was too blind to see. They killed them in the dirt. They swore they wouldn't touch. They set fire to the homes they said they wouldn't raise. They shattered every promise with steel and flame. By the time I arrived, the sky was black with smoke. I searched for your mother, but I failed to find her. And in the chaos, the screaming, the fire, I saw a man.
Huh? You saw a man?
He was the most magnificent man I had ever laid eyes upon. Powerful, more powerful than any mortal has a right to be. I only saw him for a brief second. Then he was gone, and I was in chains. I don't know who struck me down. I don't know how long I was out, but when I woke, the tribe was gone. Their bodies were already burning. The monolith was nothing but rubble, and I was already a prisoner.
Right. You're telling me she could be alive?
I suspect at that moment, the chains would have only killed those who resisted. Your mother could not.
What do you mean she could not? She would have fought. I stand and clench my fists. You knew her. Come on. If I fucked up as a cub, I was more scared of her backhand than I was of yours. I made that pretty clear when I was little. You think some chain dog would have put her down without a fight? That she'd just let them take her? Nah, no way. She would have taken a dozen of them with her. She wouldn't have stopped.
Because she wasn't fighting for just herself anymore.
Huh?
Because she was with child.
You're telling me I have a brother?
Yes.
And he's out there somewhere?
Somewhere.
Whoa. Joe, I sit back down.
Joe, as I see Raarh stumble back and drop onto the floor, I step over to him. Raarh, you okay there, buddy?
Yeah, I just need a second. Catch my breath.
All right, just let me know when you're good to move. We need to get topside, figure out what's going on. For all we know, I glance toward the cavern ceiling. This fight ain't over yet.
I'm good, Tronald. Don't be waiting on me. Just, things are getting crazy.
Well, isn't that just the understatement of the century? Want to talk as we walk?
After, Tronald. After. Let's get our bearings first.
All right, let's move.
So you're a bard, Mr. Mite. Like, part bard, part black pudding, part cat. Honestly, it's confusing.
Yeah, I know. Confusing is kind of my thing. Born a tabaxi, got a little restructured after an incident with a black pudding, so now I'm a tabaxi plus. As for the bard thing, yeah, I was a bard. But, broadened my horizons. Dipped my toe into warlock.
Dipped your toe?
Whole foot more like. Maybe a leg.
All right, well, fair enough. But do you miss it? The bardic stuff? Because I feel like what everyone needs right now is a song to cheer them up.
Now that is a good idea. What should we sing about?
Well, while you guys do that, I'm going to start looting. The man in black's armor, the residuum weapons, all that good stuff. Joe, you cool with that?
That's a great song idea, Saxy.
Yeah, no worries, man. Make an investigation check.
That's a 17, Joe.
Saxy is looting the room. I wonder what he will find.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
Probably the things we've already seen.
Really?
What were they again?
Shotgun.
Miniguns.
Sniper.
What about the guy in black armor?
Oh yeah, the black armored guy.
Well, probably his armor.
And his sword.
Oh yeah, his sword too.
Wait, what about those grenades?
Oh yeah, maybe too, Lexi. What do you even plan to do with all this?
Dunno, modify my armor more, probably. Guess we will see, though.
That's kind of wild.
With what? A sniper scope?
Nah, I already got one of those.
Then what's the actual plan here?
Gonna turn yourself into some kind of walking dead machine!
Ugh, please, for the love of the gods, stop.
Dunno if we can.
Also, why is your symbiote playing a saxophone right now?
Dunno, hey Black Pudding, why are you playing a saxophone?
It felt fitting. The song about Saxy deserves the sultry wail of a sax. Sensual, smooth, sophisticated.
So what did he say?
He said, fuck you.
Oh, okay.
Now that they're finished with that lovely song, Saxy, you managed to gather up everything that was dropped by the guards, anything interesting anyway. So you can add the following to your bag of holding. 1 shotgun, 2 snipers, 1 rotary cannon, 5 grenades, 50 rounds of residuum ammo, and the enchanted sword and armor from the black armored guy. Not bad for a day of genocide.
Nope, not bad at all. I'll have a proper look at all of them later. Damn. I feel naked without my armor on me.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Joe, once Saxy's finished being a loot goblin, we should head back up to the surface, see what's going on. I'll throw armored Alara over my back when we move.
Neat. As we make our way back through, Joe, I want to be releasing all the other prisoners that were down here too.
Okay, cool. The tunnels stretch ahead, a winding path of broken bodies and burned out torches, leading you back toward the surface. The cavern walls are jagged, some parts too tight, forcing you to squeeze through the rough, ice-crusted rock. The air is thick with the stench of blood, charred flesh, and old sweat, all mingling into something that lingers in the back of your throat. The dead line your path. Icehold's guards collapsed where they fell, Some cut clean through, others reduced to smoldering husks where spells had incinerated them. Their eyes are frozen open, their mouths locked in the last moments of terror. Among them, 3 of the rebels who fought by your side. They didn't run. They fought until the end. But there's no time to mourn. You press forward, feeling the cold air shift, thinning, opening. Light begins to leak in through cracks in the cavern's ceiling. Sunlight, cold and distant, but enough to pull you forward. Then you stop. You listen. No clashing steel, no battle cries, no grunts of pain or fury. Silence. The kind of silence that presses in, the kind that means it's over.
I can't believe we all made it out of that in one piece. Like, wow. We really had it cut out for us down there, but we made it.
Barely. That could have gone sideways real fast. Hell, it did go sideways. We just happened to be the last one standing.
Yeah, not to jinx it or anything, but that was a lot of nearly died moments.
It's so quiet up there. That's not normal, right? I mean, we were hearing the battle before we went down. Now, nothing.
Yeah, that's messing with me. What do you reckon? Over? Still going?
If it's this silent, it's over.
So the only question that remains is who won.
We'll find out soon enough. Can we hurry up, though? This armor is hefty.
True, but I'd rather get a heads up before walking into a fresh slaughterhouse, just saying.
That would be nice, but we don't have the luxury. We get up there, we deal with whatever's waiting.
All right then, all aboard the lift, ladies and gents. It's time to find out.
Next stop, answers.
Let's hope we like what we find.
Hopefully not loaded crossbows.
When we're all on, I pull the lever, Joe.
One by one, you step onto the elevator, its platform creaking under the weight of your battered, bloodied group. Raar adjusts Alara's armored form over his shoulder, the iron casing clanking dully against his back. The chains groan, and then, with a slow, rattling pull, you rise. The air grows colder as you ascend, the wind harsher, stinging against your skin as you rise into the open world above. The cavern below fades, the remnants of the battle sinking into shadow as you climb toward the surface. And then, chaos. The world above is a graveyard. Bodies litter the snow, sprawled in tangled heaps where they fell. Steel glints under the pale light, blades half buried in the crimson-stained frost. Some corpses are crushed beyond recognition, limbs torn from torsos, skulls caved in under the weight of something massive. Blood seeps into the snow in great frozen rivers. The dead are everywhere. Humans, frost giants, rebels, guards, friend and foe alike. Some of the frost giants lay still, massive forms crumpled in unnatural ways, weapons abandoned beside them. Some fell on their knees, others collapsed mid-charge, their hands still reaching for enemies that are long gone. The air stinks of burned flesh, spilled entrails, and the sharp metallic tang of residuum-fueled weaponry.
Shit, that's a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
What about Horkath and Skadrith? Can we see them anywhere, Joe?
Yep, you see them. They're standing beside 7 other frost giant, slumped against the battlefield, gathered in a rough circle. They sit among the dead, motionless, silent. Some are still gripping their weapons, others have let them drop, hands hanging limp at their sides.
And the humans?
Whilst it's clear who won, and some of the frost giants do indeed live, the humans do not, on either side. None are left standing.
Then why does it feel like nobody won at all?
Yeah, I was really hoping to see at least one big bastard chugging ale and screaming in triumph.
This was never going to be that kind of war.
What now then?
We go talk to Horkath.
You walking up to them, Tronald?
Yeah.
As you approach Horkath, his massive frame is hunched, soaked in blood and ash. He lifts his head. His eyes meet yours. There's a flicker of something... disappointment? No. Exhaustion. He shakes his head slowly as he sees you.
We won, Horkath.
One? Look around you. 9 of us remain. 9. For many, many more. My kin lie broken beneath the boots of men, too small to fight us fairly, but clever enough to kill us all the same. And your people, your warm bloods, I see no breath in their lungs. I hear no songs from their lips.
I know what we lost, but look at what we've taken back. We've freed your elder, the one they bled for power. We've gutted their outpost, shattered their command, struck a blow that will echo up the chain of command. We saved Raar's father. We saved hundreds more.
Make a persuasion check for me, Tronald.
12.
Okay. He thinks for a moment, then he speaks.
And still the dead do not rise. Still the snow drinks from our wounds. You list these deeds as though they weigh against the blood. They do not. I do not feel victory in my bones, Tronald. I feel silence. Cold silence. And less of my people than there were this morning.
You don't have to feel proud, Horkath. I'm not asking you to celebrate, but don't dismiss what we did here. You stood your ground when others would have run. You gave those bastards a reckoning. You held the line so others could live. That matters. That has to matter.
A long pause ensues. He looks at the fallen around him. One massive hand lowers to rest on the shoulder of a nearby corpse, one of his kin. His voice softens, barely more than gravel in the wind.
Perhaps. But I would trade 1,000 victories like this for just one more brother or sister still breathing.
Guys, I'm tempted to try using that 9th level Vitamancy scroll we found. Life Matrix Synthesis. It rewrites the life code of every creature within 100 feet. I could try to evolve them back to life. Maybe not all, but some. It might work.
You want my honest opinion? Don't. Yeah, it's tragic. Yeah, it feels wrong standing here breathing while they don't. But that scroll, that's not a band-aid for guilt. That's a weapon, a nuclear-level rewrite of reality. Once you use it, it's gone. And for what? A chance to bring back a few bodies in a graveyard of dozens. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe they come back as what they were, or maybe they come back as something you wish you could kill again. You use that scroll right now, you're not making a tactical choice. You're making an emotional one. And we can't afford that. Not here, not now. Save it. For when it matters more than how we feel.
I think you're right. Everyone who charged down here knew exactly what they were charging into. Hey, Horkath, what's the plan for the mines now?
We will bring this place down, break its bones. Let no pick strike here again. No spell tear open the veins of our kin. We will bury it all.
Good. Let this place be forgotten by mortals. Anyway, we've still got work to do. We've got someone important to the Empire, too important to let die. I gesture at Alara, still bound inside Saxi's dormant armor on Raar's back. We can't question her here, not surrounded by corpses and grief, where her allies could appear at any moment. We need distance, somewhere safe to dig into her mind without worrying who's listening.
He raises a large hand, gesturing to Skadrith.
Then go with Skadrith. She will take you back to our home. You will be safe there. Long enough to hear what this one has to say.
He nods toward Alara.
We shall remain. Bury our dead. Mourn them with silence and stone. And collapse these halls until they're nothing but legend.
The giants begin to move. One kneels beside a fallen kin and begins to hum. A low, guttural mourning song in giant tongue, deep as thunder and older than language. Bit of a calmer one this time, guys, but hey-ho, episodes might be a little shorter for a bit while I recharge and let the brain catch up with the ambition. Massive thanks for all the support, especially while I ride the lightning and rebuild the energy. Because what's coming might just be the craziest arc yet.
Brother, don't sweat it. If all of them were like the last few, I'd be out here taking heart meds and making peace with God, man. My Apple Watch think I ran a marathon and all I did was cry and cast Tidal Wave. Had a stress dream last night where a black pudding was repossessing my house.